2018 Buick Regal Sportback. It's easy to write about a car that's very good. It's also easy to write about a car that's very bad. But when it comes to cars that ride the center line, where there are some good qualities and other not so good qualities, well, that's a bit harder. And that's where the 2018 Buick Regal Sportback lies. Its hatchback form should help appeal to buyers that are considering shifting from cars to crossovers, and it's a rather pleasant drive. But some other parts seem old or half-baked, largely related to Buick's attempt to ride that middle premium line between mass market and luxury. Buick is at the tail end of a large lineup shift. Every car in its stable has been recently refreshed, and Regal is the final piece of that puzzle. The Regal Sportback is a fine car, but being just okay is a hard sell in a price category where there are so many good vehicles. The last Regal was a bit dowdy, but not this one. Relying on the strengths of recent concepts like the Avista, the new Regal Sportback adapted some very handsome looks that have been adapted to other new Buicks and varying degrees of success. Alongside the Enclave, I think the Regal Sportback is one of the prettiest new Buicks in some time. The fast rear end that comes with a hatchback gives the Regal Sportback a heavy dose of style. The headlights look sharp. The grille is appropriately sized, a growing rarity. There's some clever sculpting on the hood and on the door panels. The interior is hit or miss, leaning toward the latter. There's a nice amount of layering on the dashboard, but once you stop looking at it from the outside, the narrative falls apart amid a liberal use of coarse plastics and leather that feels no cushier than mid-tier vinyl. Panel gaps are big, especially near the doors, and one piece of trim gap on the transmission tunnel was sharp enough for my co-driver to be concerned about cutting himself on it. The gauges feel small and tough to read in a hurry. GM's love for plastic panels with faux stitching best exemplifies the interior quality, fine to look at, less than fine when any other sense is involved. That said, the interior does have some redeeming qualities. Even with its sloping rear end, headroom is ample for a 6-foot-tall passenger, and when sitting behind a 6-foot-tall driver, there's loads of legroom. Fold the rear seats down and you can toss a bicycle in the back without removing the wheel while still retaining enough space for bags and backpacks. 1C. A pleasant drive. Every Regal Sportback, with the exception of the hopped-up GS trim, will come with a 250 horsepower turbocharged i4. With front-wheel drive, the Regal Sportback packs 260 pound-feet of torque and a 9-speed automatic. Opt for all-wheel drive, and the transmission loses a gear, but torque jumps to 295 pound-feet. More torque is nice, but strangely enough, the front-wheel drive Regal Sportback felt like more of a driver's car. Its 9-speed automatic moves quickly and smoothly through the gears, with the engine providing a bit of a pleasing grumble if you push the pedal hard enough. The AWD version packs nearly 200 more pounds, and as you might expect, that extra heft cuts down on the FWD variant's feeling of lightness. The 8-speed is a little more reluctant to shift, too. Solid tech, if a bit told. If there's one thing GM almost always gets right in 2017, it's in-car tech. Standard equipment includes a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, 8-inch screen available, but optional, keyless entry and GM's ubiquitous 4G LTE Wi-Fi hotspot, which always manages to have coverage when my own network fails me. However, having been in and out of GM vehicles over the last several years, nothing's really improved upon in the Regal Sportback, it's just more of the same. The Regal Sportback doesn't have the latest version of GM's infotainment system, which started rolling out to Cadillac and GMC models this year, so the UX feels behind its time if you've been within 100 feet of the new one. The price is right. For all its foibles, Buick nailed the pricing for the new Regal Sportback. A base FWD Regal Sportback will set you back $25,915, including destination, which is $2,000 less than what you paid for a base model from the previous generation. The price rises to $32,655 for the top trim Essence, with 2 other trims in between. Only the top two trims are eligible for all-wheel drive, and the Essence alone is capable of equipping the most important safety systems. Tick every box and you'll still be under $40,000, which is nice.